Welcome to the Success Mindset Podcast, where we empower you to unlock your full potential and achieve greatness. Join us as we explore the transformative power of your mindset and uncover the strategies that will help you conquer your goals and create the life that you've always dreamed of. So buckle up, get inspired, and let's dive into today's episode. Welcome to the Success Mindset Podcast. I'm thrilled you're here today because we're diving into a theme that can redefine the way you approach both your professional and your personal life. Celebrating mental wins and learning from setbacks. So many leaders and professionals focus exclusively on the big victories, like landing the major client or closing the big sale or surpassing ambitious quarterly goals. While those milestones are undeniably important, there's a hidden gold mine in celebrating smaller, often overlooked mental wins. Think about it. How many times have you successfully navigated a challenging conversation or stayed calm under pressure or creatively solved a problem only to move on without acknowledging it? And then there are setbacks, those moments where things don't go as planned. But what if I told you that setbacks aren't failures? They're necessary building blocks of success, giving us opportunities to grow stronger and wiser and more prepared for what lies ahead. In today's episode, we're going to unpack why celebrating mental wins matter, how to shift your perspective on setbacks, and the profound impact both can have on your mindset, team morale, and long-term results. Let's start with this idea. Success is less about what happens to you, and it's more about how you interpret and respond to it. When you celebrate mental wins, no matter how small, you train your brain to recognize progress, reinforcing positive behavior. This creates a snowball effect where each mental win motivates you to keep moving forward. For instance, imagine you're leading a team through a high-stakes project. You might be tempted to wait until the project is fully completed to celebrate. But what if instead you actually acknowledge the small victories along the way, like overcoming a technical hurdle, or meeting a milestone, or collaborating seamlessly during a brainstorming session? Celebrating those wins builds momentum. It keeps morale high, and it fosters a sense of shared accomplishment among your team. On the flip side, setbacks can feel like roadblocks, but they're actually opportunities in disguise. So let's take a setback like losing a key client. While the immediate impact might sting, it forces you to reassess your approach. Did you overcompromise? Were there gaps in communication? This reflection not only strengthens your future client relationships, but also builds resilience in your leadership. The big takeaway here is that your ability to celebrate wins and learn from setbacks isn't just about positivity, it's about cultivating a leadership mindset that's adaptable, forward-thinking, and consistently focused on growth. So now let's bring in the voices of some experts to deepen our understanding. Angela Duckworth, the author of Grit, The Power of Passionate Perseverance, she emphasizes that sustained success comes from a relentless commitment to improvement. Duckworth's research highlights that people who focus on progress, no matter how incremental, are more likely to achieve their long-term goals. And so this ties directly into the power of celebrating mental wins. Each small success builds confidence and reinforces the belief that progress is happening, even if the ultimate goal feels distant. Similarly, Adam Grant, a leading organizational psychologist, explores the importance of framing setbacks as learning opportunities. In his work, Grant encourages leaders to foster what he calls psychological safety within their teams, a culture where mistakes are seen not as failures, but as essential data points for improvement. By adopting this mindset yourself and modeling it for your team, you create an environment where growth thrives. Imagine integrating these principles into your daily leadership practices. You could start your team meetings by asking, what's one small win that you achieved this week? And what's a recent challenge that you learned from? This dual focus builds resilience and positivity simultaneously. Let's look at a couple real-world examples to bring these ideas to life. Ed Milet, a well-known entrepreneur and motivational speaker, often shares how he turned some of his toughest setbacks into defining moments. Early in his career, he faced repeated rejections while trying to grow his business. And so instead of letting those setbacks crush his spirit, he reframed them as opportunities to refine his pitch and understand his audience better. So over time, those small adjustments led to exponential growth. On a smaller scale, imagine a team leader at a small marketing agency facing a tight deadline for a campaign launch. Unexpectedly, a critical team member fell ill, leaving a gap in the project. So instead of dwelling on the disruption, the leader quickly rallied the remaining team, reassigned tasks, and prioritized essential deliverables. By focusing on their abilities to adapt under pressure, the leader celebrated the team's resourcefulness and determination. This recognition not only uplifted the team's morale, but also reinforced their confidence in tackling unforeseen challenges in the future. The lesson here? Mental wins and setbacks are two sides of the same coin, and how you choose to interpret them defines your leadership. Let's go deeper with a specific example. A software development company was geared up for a product launch when they encountered a significant bug just days before the release. The setback could have derailed their momentum entirely, but their leader decided to focus on solutions instead of the problem. She gathered the team, acknowledged their frustration, and celebrated their ability to identify the bug early. By emphasizing the win of catching the issue before the launch, she shifted the team's mindset from defeat to determination. The team worked tirelessly, fixed the bug, and launched successfully, but the real outcome was even bigger. The team came away more cohesive, resilient, and confident in their ability to overcome future obstacles. If you want to create a culture that celebrates mental wins and embraces setbacks as learning opportunities, here's how you start. Number 1, create a wins tracker. You can implement a shared document or an app where team members can log their daily or weekly wins. Number 2, you could reframe your setbacks in real time. When challenges arise, ask your team, what's the lesson here? Or how can we turn this into an advantage? And then number 3, just celebrate publicly. During meetings, take a moment to spotlight individual and team accomplishments, no matter how small. To fully embrace this mindset, leaders can develop these complementary skills. Empathy is always good, right? Understand and validate the emotions tied to setbacks, creating a supportive environment. And adaptability. Be willing to pivot strategies when setbacks reveal gaps or opportunities. And of course, positive reinforcement. Consistently recognize and reward progress to keep motivation high. Here are some take-home tricks. Here's how we can actually start applying these things and ideas immediately. Number 1, celebrate small wins. You've heard me say this before. Write down one personal win and one team win each day this week. Number 2, reframe a setback. Think of a recent challenge and identify 3 positives that came from it. And then number 3, set a new habit. Start each team meeting with a 5-minute discussion of wins and lessons learned. So today we explored the incredible power of celebrating mental wins and reframing setbacks as growth opportunities. These practices, they're not just feel-good exercises, and you hear me say that all the time, right? They're transformative strategies that can elevate your mindset, improve team dynamics, and fuel long-term success. Don't miss next week's episode where we're going to dive into setting mindful goals for the future to help you create goals that truly align with your vision. Remember, every win, no matter how small, is worth celebrating. Every setback, no matter how challenging, holds the seeds of growth. So keep believing in your potential, keep learning, and keep showing up. Your mindset is the foundation of your success. Until next time, stay focused, stay inspired, and keep chasing your success mindset. Thank you for joining us on another enlightening episode of the Success Mindset Podcast. Remember, you have the power to shape your destiny and create the life that you desire. If you're ready to take action, subscribe to the podcast and never miss an episode. Share it with your friends and your family and help us build a community of like-minded individuals striving for success. Until next time, stay motivated, keep learning, and let's continue to achieve greatness together.